the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
January 7th, 2024, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia launched the campaign with the vision for the Republic of Ghana, time of a flag bearer of the new patriotic party. Now, a title, no, Bold Solutions. One of the critics, especially from the opposition, even former President John Dramani Mahama, say o pese o de nsacharaye ba bold solutions adenti na wonye emanhwe. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia over the years prove say the bold solutions o kan wasem no bebri waye na we the best limit ho ewo the transport sector, but even before the transport sector, mobile money interoperability are affecting obia, digitizing payment for vehicle registration, for insurance renewal, for permit, nina digitized. This month, coming August, almost say on launch tap and go. Taxi drivers are almost and use taxis for Uber no. Tap and go no ebebo omo customers are on person use sa online portal. Near court report. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia announced the arrival of over 100 electric buses. So electric buses here started last year and started this year. When announcement say it be a good first batch be arrival by August. Now by election year, that is by December, no, not total 100 electric buses. Abidjan. Now you have a voice of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. All kind of reason in here, all push said the whole transport sector use electric buses. Now the entire all kind of say two factors and they contributed to high cost of transportation. Say you three see you move from her to her. One, a petroleum cost. Say omukoto petrol each and every time Dubai abrochimemu petrol prices be kosho dollar no so kosho na ama ekana yebo editofu wegu kanem eno so akosoro eno no kwa ukotena ka emu a yeji usika bebre na so spare parts aye krama mamu port charges enya asem ketwa duty enya asem ketwa spare parts na nkasa ne bo enso enya asem ketwa wo dollars inti ye move to electric vehicles now. One, fuel and Nsem-Pii because a combination of electricity and a solar power. Or can one on the procurement of 2,000 megawatt. You be kind of report no near the amount. And secondly, so electric buses now any spare parts be combustion engine ehun akadie dawso no saade no any in the electric buses. Inti no e be slash price ne hwim ama maintenance cost and a labor cost, the driver and any mate sika omo budget and one a bed dominate. And of course, so bus no the cost, the initial capital now the top bus no and no and a bed major factors of cost that affect transportation. The transportation burden a back from especially for Ghanaians and also for the drivers. Now, call daily graphics our report with if you are the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on Nonkasane voice about near the analysis on the radio stations by journalist Kwame Tanko we Angel FM regarding the push for electric buses. So I also also charging stations by this Busumia Iwumia. This is July. All filling stations around the country almost see charging stations for home. Into one more tofu, one more charging so ebenya baby I charge it. Now court reports. Also the government will this month begin the construction of electric vehicle charging stations as part of preparation towards the introduction of commercial electric buses in the country. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who announced this yesterday, said the government was expecting the arrival of 100 electric buses in the country this year. He said 50 of the buses were expected to be in the country before the end of August 2024. Inti ansana buses nimba drew Ghana mem by ending of 2024. No, that is 50. No, also munya baby omo charge. No, mo hit the road running, and then I'm say all the filling stations, the government, ABC charging stations. Well, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was addressing the 11th Quadrennial Delegates Conference of the GPRTU at the Pentecost Convention Center at Gomua Fete in the Central Region. Said the charging stations will be placed at virtually every filling station in the country. In the GPRTU for an 11th Quadrennial Delegates Conference of Mkoye, Gomua Fete, Central Region, Pentecost Convention Center. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yes, announcement. It's a 3-day conference, the delegates from across the country on the team transitioning from fossil fuel to electric or cleaner environment. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, Vice President, charging stations will be hybrid into a use solar power and a sense be use electricity. Now, on number facilitate the investment of 2,000 megawatts of solar power that have been implemented to complement current generation of power as part of reforms to help the transport sector. Yebekaya Ghana here power generation party se buses no so bad be use yes electricity na bi wa ha enso ye see recently crap ye ka say dum so bad be si cry ye try export mu to Togo ne de kaka ho no set pressure embeda so bebre no obe facilitate additional 2,000 megawatts senia buses no be use no omuso ombenya omochef he therefore charge members of GPRT to embrace the new initiative by the government as it will help them own their own buses. It will help us all. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia expressed optimism that the introduction of the electric buses would minimize the cost of transportation and also reduce the burden on cost on spare parts. Indeed, drivers are being anticipated say a lot of protests by Banana said, "Woman among farm enko can equate to say GPRTU." Omo de bia no mo nenam kwan chen na omo person mo join union bia no. Omo number protested a lot because through GPRTU and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia procure buses here. Amomu na iron are only buses now in conjunction with government. Inti unse drivers be in the future. Ebeye one omo join union still conforme choose omo join electric buses no more the less pressure ama sa buses no mo use fuel na especially the price no ebeye den sing electric buses no. Now as I said by August 12 no launch tap and go system for new taxi station. Yempe say same rebebre. Yenko tie the vice president himself. The plans are not or one vision for the Republic of Ghana regarding our electric buses. Yevia near the analysis citizenry for Nema in reception of our electric buses.
I want to see us go in the next few years is to move public transport completely from a dependence on petrol and diesel to fully electric vehicles. That is really where Ghana ought to go. And it is doable. It's very doable. It's not something that, it's far-fetched. Right? Orders are already being made by other countries. Orders are being made by other countries. As a matter of policy, we ought to move away from petrol and diesel to electric vehicles. As a matter of policy, the whole issue of climate change and that transition, that energy transition for Ghana and moving away from that dependence on fossil fuels to more, green energy is very, very important for us. And this is one of the ways in which we can achieve that transition. Because as you know, we spend a lot on fossil fuel. But the other thing that is very, very important for Ghanaians, households, individuals, is the high cost of transportation. If you look at the cost of transport in Ghana, there are two elements that dominate that pricing formula for transport. One is fuel, The other is spare parts. Isn't it?
Yes.
Those are the two elements that dominate the cost of transport: fuel and spare parts. Now, with what you're doing with electric vehicles, generally, I mean, the fuel cost really becomes very minimal.
Yeah.
And then, because of the nature of the engines for electric vehicles, they don't have high maintenance. It's very low maintenance, very, very low maintenance. So with these two elements, you will reduce the cost of transport very significantly. And so in this era of this increased high cost of living, don't say it's not possible. It is possible.
It is.
For example, you could really help the TVET institutions design a curriculum in terms of EV maintenance and so on. Because as we move and see more adoption of EVs, we will need more people who can maintain. We as a country really have to believe that it is possible to leapfrog many of the advanced countries in the area of technology.
Edifa waiver. Yeah, putting on importation of electric and solar vehicles.
Okay.
So Obibia why not just obeka electric cars and a solar cars ni biya bagana no. Sadi pano ye waiver.
Okay.
Aban person o encourage sadi no.
Okay.
Na etumi eboa oman no. De waje agina mu yie pa no. I was His Excellency the Vice President.
Oh, okay. Okay. Digital man.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's all about digital. No, so over Kaya, when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia started a digital drive, no. Little did we know, sir. Of course, said you know all tartan on Ebeye Juma. Why must say Eye Juma to the extent that he's being called the digital man.
Yeah.
But all started in a bit more sereno. Yenye dia be. Yenye ho.
Yeah.
Ebe da ewe. Ntawan probability be da ba. Ebe dey na yetumi manipado do no. You see now most Ghanaians pesika omo to even omo wallet so a thing.
Yeah. And then correct.
Most Ghanaians ni sika no wa connect ne bank account.
Yeah.
E dia money mobile wallet no.
Yeah.
Nti anytime biano ni phone ne kura no it's on the bank na otimi diska tum twiska
good to ko wura bank
at any particular point. What you say nti time biano e man that flexibility no e ma oye de oye den
opeso
oye na yemu binom visa ye but of course going forward they will realize say ade hunya pa equally sana penny astati a championing electric cars.
Okay.
Any solar cars.
Okay.
Now, what's that? What's that saying your opposition? What is? Oh yes. Enye. Now, anadwi na me share that trans kakra. And me imagine say me ra sa electric cars no.
Okay.
Any solar cars no ma hade kakra of course. Okay. Me ra mu na me say amai bi no ma hase gradually omo use especially womo oman no aban a wo man no mu no the transportation system public transport
okay aban cars no
yes dodo no akwa ma bebre so dodo no ano use sa electric cars bi
okay
na report a few eba indicate say eboa pa hwe ma menche wade in Ghana alone, in 2022,
okay,
Ghana expended $4.7 billion.
Hey.
$4.7 billion. And yadi ekra refined petroleum at the Ghana.
Hey, petrol kwa
$4.7 billion US dollars.
Wow.
and yedi says skaway so ya maswa dollars
mo du
na what to the court now what two says can the court so when you have to the effect that it will have on your economy and when you say dollar na what day city na what day because already dollar can grant a woman no what swa e kwa no ne akoton oil no e de aba enti niam bia e ka ho bia e ma yesi kasem no sisusu yi
yes
ano ana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia I say another avenue si a person yetimi show up your economy no si a person ye boama Ghana economy no timi gina ye
ni naso a
ene say ye the adwin ko the importation of solar and electric cars no a ebe boy ye pa
let's ye petrol sam no
first obo say o dollar o maso bebre de koro because gradually what it means is that ebema petrol ni diesel no usage no
akofom
imagine say gradually all public transport even private ones are a year for commercials no yet we are switching nyina dia ko how do we call it electric another solar. It is something that is going to help the country. It is something that is going to be so beneficial to the country.
Yeah.
But I think the opposition that people be the starting areas, you know, me penny say, Obama me good reason. Yeah, until you say this is not a good policy. That this is not something that will help us. Rather than sa enye ye me say ya can be o mamu even when health insurance was being introduced
you can say
ye Ghana, how can we implement health insurance in Ghana? But at the end of the day it was implemented when Ghana decided say omo penim fie ko animu bosumi mu so e be mo stipends. How do we call it?
Yeah, can say
stipends like the man penim for that's be kai sika edie da so na nka metimi that's kind of the man penim for ya omo omo penim fie mu no
eduaso ko
lip that's kind of lip for no
yeah you can say
ya kai got a better obi nya adwuma ya we na ka so ya ba ka it is happening it is happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of things I don't want to go back. Free senior school. But whether you like it or not, it is what is happening right now. And Sakoba say, BBT say Eba, being championed by the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. Na nipa bi no ye metrasi again hu dia yana menti
abembo sande enye
what you say let's sit down
good
o concern awo ya o ready anything
sa
pe but you know you get that
da be be do dia wi ase koi
there are companies that are now manufacturing electric cars.
That's right ntia dey na dey onuru
there are companies that manufacture electric cars as we speak right now. Companies in manufacture the baby. Am I ahudo bebre a started? The entire be 20 years. One more you saw 2 days.
That
no. The economy not brenna. No, I think it is now. On this score, I support the Vice President.
Good.
Sir Ubetua na Mombia etisaye. I think it's about time even Ghanaians rally behind this. Na obia be na dwen se ye na no ye be boa na we dia da be that's what we are talking about. Be edro no mo ye nyina ye nyire ho na ye nya adwen se be boa na fe ye dia kwanim nti eno asem ba kwa enem me say in 2021 Ghana imported 1 billion in refined petroleum, mainly from the Netherlands, Malaysia, Belgium, United Kingdom. Make me breaking it down at the amount. Say yearly Osha a year na year Netherlands $426 million of cigar and the refined petroleum. Malaysia 234 million. Belgium 82.3 million. United Kingdom 64.3 million. United Arab Emirates 61.9 million.
Ha!
When you see car.
Yes, it's a free man.
Exactly. Exactly. You can hate Bawumia. You can like Bawumia. Yes. But this idea we are all champion. The American say it is one of the best idea. As I say,